What is up, guys? This is Mark with the Mic, and there's another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Cyclone Inc. I'm Mark with the Mic. I'm joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got some wrestling for you. Still a little quiet in what the wrestling world usually is, but they're still giving us live shows.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so glad that they're providing some sort of entertainment.
Yeah, and it'd be good. Like, at least we seeing like full length matches and actually seeing some people that we haven't seen before, like kind of compete again in a way that we haven't competed in a while. So there's a lot of that. And I'm happy about it.
So good to see. They could just not be doing that, you know?
Exactly. So they could just, honestly, the rumor was that after WrestleMania, they were not going to do any more shows until things clear up.
I mean, again, I always want to put out there, as long as everybody's safe, I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. I do have our tag champions, women's tag champions, as the picture of the podcast, Alexa and Nikki Cross.
That was a fun match.
We'll be going through the week of wrestling, because that's pretty much what I have. There's a lot of news and rumors, but a lot of it has to do more negativity wise, and I don't really like dealing with the negative.
Yeah. I was also gonna bring that up in this episode. Just like as it's not funny to see the shift in just overall wrestling fandom go towards the negative, because it just seems like as everybody is not able to be outside, they are online and just salty. And it's just like, I don't want to read all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what you mean. So
yeah, it is what it is, and I feel like sometimes, again, and also I feel like sometimes people are just like bitter, especially like if it comes to wrestling business wise, people are just bitter. What they had. Something that happened this week, which I'll say is a good thing for them, and see where it goes, and good luck with them, is the Revival finally got their release.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they got what they wanted, and hopefully they're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the timing couldn't have been worse, but hey, they free, so go do what you guys want to do.
Yep, they pretty much let them do their thing. You know what? A lot of people, and then there was rumors, they were in like backstage and things like that. But that's not what I saw when they got their announcement released. All I saw was love from the people backstage. I saw Big E has a poster of them on his wall and was sad, and you see Billy Kay and Sasha Banks and all of them sending their love to Scott Dawson and Scott Wilder and Wilder, and it's you have to go with it. Honestly, I feel like they needed to go back to NXT. If not NXT, they needed to get out, because WWE was not using them. And if you go by the pattern they've been going with WWE main roster, is McMahon doesn't see money in the tag division. He doesn't.
If you're not a character, it's just like he kind of does it. If he doesn't see the money coming out of you, kind of don't care.
Like, if you look at the top tag teams, especially on SmackDown, Usos, New Day, and John Morrison and Miz. Well, John Morrison and Miz are former heavyweight IC champions and things like that, and Miz is popular no matter where he is. Then you have the New Day, which is probably the top tag team of all time in merchandise sales. Period.
That money.
And then Usos are up there as well with their merchandise sales and just popularity.
That's true.
Revival wasn't really on that level in that sense. Wrestling-wise, yes. Sell-wise, not much.
And then just treatment-wise, like, yeah, they got a lot of titles, but you could constantly see they would start and stop things with them. Constantly.
Yeah. And then it's also not their fault. And it's also injury plagued them as well. Like, they start having momentum, they start getting good, they start having momentum, then one gets hurt, and then they lose the momentum, and they don't trust them to keep a longevity storyline.
Oh, the Samoa Joe curse.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things like that happen, and I think it's a good move. Honestly, I would like to see the Revival not in AEW. I would like to see them in NWA.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect fit, actually.
I would love to see them in NWA, but I think the AEW is where they're gonna land. It's like every single WWF person, and what's gonna happen is They're gonna do a run in. Then they're gonna say some shit about WWE, and then they'll go and talk as Jericho and bitch and moan about everything that happened.
I hope not. I
That's the
hope not.
pattern. They did it with Matt Hardy. Well, Matt Hardy didn't really say anything negative. He just said his point of view of what he wanted to do and the things they just didn't feel.
Yes.
They didn't understand the character and what it should have been.
Yep. He didn't get the control that Bray has now.
Yeah.
Whereas if you let him in the driver's seat, you could have got some special moments.
Because honestly, if you actually look at the Firefly Funhouse, it was Bruce Pritchard, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt that made that match.
Mm-hmm.
They created everything that had to do with that match.
But I'm just mean overall, the Firefly Funhouse as a concept.
Yeah, that's Bray Wyatt.
He has so much control. Like you get to see what his mind is really wants to put on the screen. You know?
No, I agree.
And unfortunately, Matt Hardy, he didn't get to control his destiny at the end. They just kind of did. See, like how they just kill him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got sacrificed to Randy, and then you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know.
They did a lot of bad things to a lot of things. So, Revival, good luck, and hopefully you land on your feet. Hopefully they use you properly and not Sean Spears wise, and that's it.
I could see something with him and Arn if they could wrestle him away from Cody.
Yeah, or
you know what I mean?
That's crazy, right? Like maybe have Arn and Tully like reunite and make a faction with Spears
that'd be great.
And Cody, because Cody needs a belt. And like I could see, like, this is one thing I was saying about AEW. I was saying it to Minion with Opinion. I feel because now they're adding that TNT Championship tournament now.
Okay.
And there's a tournament going on right now. Sean Spears and Cody Rhodes fought this week for it. And who lost?
Sean Spears, right?
Yeah, he always loses. He went to AEW to be treated the exact same way, just with a new name.
This is true. He's always losing. But did you see if it was a good match?
It was a good match. You know what? It was an okay match. Like I feel like they had a better match in the All In. I think. All Out. All Out or All In. Whatever what they fought.
It wasn't all. Yeah.
Their match was okay. I don't think Cody. I don't see Cody that great of a like. He's a decent storyteller when he has the right story, but in the ring, I think there's a lot of things he does that just annoy me in a way. So I'm not a big fan of Cody in the ring. But anyway,
before they started AEW, I was a fan of him when he was on the Indies.
Yeah.
He fought certain people, and I think his style meshed better with, like, you know which match is really, really good, and I recommend it. It put me as a fan of the other wrestler.
Yeah.
Swerve Scott versus Cody Rhodes. That's a really good match.
Yeah.
Because he came into his house, and that was when I learned about the Swerve's household. Oh, that was interesting. Like, look that up.
Yeah.
So, I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
But yeah, so hopefully they get used properly. There's a lot of potential that they could use them with. So far, I'm not liking Brody Lee. I'm not liking the way they're using him, but he's pretty much Bray Wyatt, just with a suit.
Bray Wyatt with a suit. So is he still mystical, or is he?
Yeah, because he's the leader of Dark Order, and he's acting like Vince McMahon when he's.
No, but like, okay, what's his power set? Like, is this stuff things just happen, or are they more like they just listen to what he says? And
so he's one when he's recruiting, he does act like McMahon. He does a lot of things he does that he'll like talk about the shit they eat and things like that. Okay. And then he has a control thing. So like if you talk or you cough, and then I was like, did I tell you to cough and shit?
Oh no.
But then when he goes to his promo, it's pretty much Bray Wyatt.
But what about like
he stares dead at the screen?
Do they disappear and stuff? Do they turn the lights on and he's just there behind you?
Yeah, they do that. They do that stuff for him.
Okay. And so like, is he like the Undertaker in that respect, that you have to like defeat some special force or something, or is he just a dude?
More Bray Wyatt in that sense, like old Bray Wyatt. Yeah,
that's the call. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm not crazy about how they're doing him because he's just pretty much Bray Wyatt. Matt
Hmm.
Hardy at least has his creativity and like they're gonna do the ultimate elite deletion with Jericho and him in 2 weeks. So we may
Oh wow.
see Jericho and him in the compound and see what they
I
do with
saw
that.
I saw Jericho. Wasn't that? Did he invade his house with Vanguard One?
Yeah,
He said release the hounds and his dogs. Yo, Jericho was funny. That's all I got. Man,
he saw the little Chihuahua in the back.
yes, the tiny one. Oh man, that was good.
I
That was
think,
good.
yo, I'll tell you one thing. Without Jericho, like I would lose interest so much of AEW.
Mm,
I
wow.
think Jericho is my favorite character, period, in that federation. Moxley, I feel my bad for Moxley because, all right, so my friend put up a list of things on an Instagram thing
Okay.
that to mark under who's better, and I'll give you. Let me find it. Because I have it right here. There's a screenshot. So where is it? Oh, there it goes. So it has men's AEW World Champion, who's better, Moxley Jericho. I had to put Jericho because Moxley barely had a chance to be champion since everything went to shit once he became champion.
You might say it's the perfect time for a guy like Moxley to be champion.
Yeah,
His whole gimmick in AEW is he's back to being the renegade. The
yeah.
shit just looks apocalyptic in his promos. So right.
And they also kind of starting a banter between him and Hagar.
Okay. Okay.
So it's been okay.
Has he fought anybody yet?
Hagar, he's fighting next week.
Oh, that's the first match.
Yeah.
Really? They took all. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Then, well, he's been on the show. He just hasn't really like defended the title. Like again, I think he got stuck in Vegas for the first 2 shows or so. So,
Oh.
because he lives in Las Vegas.
Okay. Okay.
Then you had the women's AEW champion, who's better, Riho or Nyla Rose. I crossed out both of them.
See, I have not been watching the AEW women's division
Yeah,
since the change, so
yeah.
I don't even know.
They said better faction, Inner Circle, or the Elite. I put Inner Circle.
At least they're funny,
Yeah,
like on a more consistent basis.
yeah.
Every
Better Enforcer, Hager, or Warlow. I put Hager.
yeah, I would think so. I
Better
like him.
Duel, Young Bucks, Omega. I crossed it out.
You said better duo,
Yeah,
the Young Bucks or Omega and
Hangman.
Hangman. Nah, I don't even count that.
Yeah, I crossed that out.
I would pick the Young Bucks because I like them, but like, uh, I can't even count the other one.
Yeah, and then they're more cocky. MJF or Sammy.
I would almost say Sammy. I
I
don't
said
know. It
Sammy
wasn't
too.
bad.
I said Sammy too because MJF is more arrogant
Yeah,
than
I agree.
cocky. Sammy is
I
cocky.
Sammy's cocky. Yeah.
And then better move, Coffin Drop or Black Arrow. I was like Black Arrow.
Black Arrow is
Uh,
Jesus Christ.
that's
No, no, no. Why would you? Come on, man. I mean, granted, you do see Darby Black, but Coffin drop through. I don't know everything,
yeah.
but it can't equal all that. Nah, that's not. Don't do
So
that.
yeah, I have my like issues with a lot of things, but again, I like with the whole Moxley thing. I felt bad because Moxley barely had a run yet. So like, and once he became champion, everything went to shit. So he hasn't had a chance to be a
I
champion.
hope he calls his championship like his kingdom. I hope he calls it the Wasteland.
The Wasteland.
Just call it the Wasteland.
Yeah,
Champion of the Wasteland. There you go. He should sit on a throne that's made out of like a chain link fence with barbed wire on the top. That'd be cool.
but yeah, but yeah, that was something that came up and everything like that. But that was one of the big news issues. It's Revival's finally released. We also got the return of Nia Jax, which we will talk about. And
Man, but I said that match was whack. How dare you do that to that woman?
yeah,
I'm a fan of Diana Purrazzo. Come
yeah,
on,
yeah, I like for Razzle as well.
don't do that.
What else? They had brought superstars to television tapings who were needed. Blah blah blah. And then yeah, that's all I got for that news and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho. I think Jericho was my highlight of AEW because he was on commentating all night.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
that's the
See,
only that's a reason to watch.
gotcha. Okay.
Um,
Was last week's show or the week before the one when he had the fight with Vanguard One?
no, it was
In
this
the
week.
ring?
It was this
That was
week's last week's show. The week before was the Vanguard One fight.
the week before. Okay.
They
Okay.
sick the dogs on Vanguard One.
But what about the one when he was talking to it in the ring?
The 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna start Weekend Wrestling. We do have Monday Night Raw, which was actually a pretty solid show. I'll say clearly right now, the Apollo versus Aleister Black was my highlight of the show.
Yeah, it was a really long, really like in a good way match, a showcase finally for
Yeah.
Apollo. Like he hasn't had a match that long and focused on like just him and the other person since like Takeover when he fought Breeze. I think.
Yeah.
Like, remember that? Like
Yeah,
that's been a while.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
He had a good one with Ricochet.
How long ago was that?
When Ricochet was still on SmackDown.
Okay. No, because I'm thinking of remember when he went back to NXT?
Yeah,
That one time when he had the beard.
with
Do you remember who he fought? Did he-
Kushida.
Yeah. That was a good match.
That was a really good match. Yes. And he's still able to have those good matches. So this hopefully helps him get a little push with him because him and Alex are went to the limit. Like I actually really enjoyed that match and was my highlight of Monday Night Raw.
It shows some character development and on his side. But the thing I liked was that it really was in character for Aleister Black. Cause
Yeah.
he is, I don't know if anybody notices this. He gets beat up a lot.
Yeah.
He got his ass whooping out.
So we did start off Monday Night Raw with Asuka versus Liv Morgan. I actually thought the match was good. I was a little disappointed that Liv lost.
I guess so. I was feeling that she was gonna win too.
Yeah, because I was like, you just had her beat Natty. Like, then you just have her lose the next day. That kind of productive.
I think so as well. But it's just like, it's Asuka. I couldn't be.
Yeah, I understand it's Asuka, but you could have easily had her like fucking catch her off guard or have a silly pin or just like catch her out the blue kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have to be a clean win.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like continue her momentum.
This is true.
But no, they just stopped it. So there we go. We got the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Street Profits defeats Angel Garza and Austin Theory due to disqualification. Then it became a three. Then became a Bianca Belair versus Selena Vega match, which ended in no contest, which was actually a good match. Like Selena Vega could go, and people don't realize that.
This is true.
And then it
Also,
became.
shout out to- I don't know if you noticed, her and Aleister Black have a channel now. Well,
Yes,
they had
I
one,
follow
didn't
it.
put stuff up for a while,
Yeah.
and then now recently with certain events, they've been putting up more stuff. And damn, man, to see her training with him, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, I've subscribed. I always honestly when I find out they have a YouTube channel, I always subscribe. It doesn't matter who it is. I subscribe to it. I still have like Talina Dashwood, Emma. She used to have like a cooking channel.
Okay, I was to say, what is it now? Because I think
She hasn't done anything on it.
Really?
Nah, she hasn't done anything like recently on it. Like
Gotcha.
she did like cooking stuff, like healthy food and stuff. She did one with Paige, she did one with Naomi, and they did like muffins, like healthy muffins and things like that. So it was pretty cool. She made Austin Creed the cake that went into Austin Creed's face and during their birthday celebration. She made the cake.
How long
And she
ago was
sold all that years ago. It was like beginning of Up Down Down.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they had then they went into a 6-person mixed tag match. Bianca Belair and the Street Profits versus Angel Garza, Selena Vega, and Austin Theory. All three of these sections were really fun, really good. I think they prolonged it because it kind of got like, I see what you're doing, but it was fun.
I think it was fun. It made me laugh. Like,
Yeah.
Selena Vega kind of got ragdolled around.
Yeah, Selena is a good heel. Like I could see her like being kind of the heel Alexa Bliss kind of thing on Raw.
This is true.
She's a great on a mic. She can hold herself. She could do really good in the ring, and she's small and angry.
Yes. You're right.
I would like to see Zelina Vega get a push, even though Bianca Belair is there. I know she's going to get direct push, but I would like to see her there. Sadly, we may not see Rhea Ripley for a bit.
Why? Is she injured?
Because she has to renew her visa.
Oh, jeez.
And the world climate today, it's a bitch to do it right now. So you may not see her for a couple months.
Did they deport her or something?
No, she just has to go and renew it, and she can't work unless she renews it.
Oh, that's sad. Damn.
Well, it gives... Honestly, I think it's fine in the way that it gives her that big momentum coming back.
True enough.
So she just lost the biggest title match of her career, and then it gives her that big momentum coming back, and then she could take out Charlotte eventually after that.
This is true.
So I'm fine with that. We just talked about this. The match of I think the match of the night was Apollo Crews versus Aleister Black.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one was I would say this hands down was better than Lashley versus Aleister Black, even though I did like that match as well.
I wouldn't say that. I liked it a lot more. I liked Lashley. Again, the first 5 minutes of that match was amazing.
Yeah. Then we got Ricochet and Cedric Alexander versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I thought this was a fantastic match as well.
I was like, why are they there? Like, but they didn't even get an intro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't do my guys dirty like that.
Yeah, so it was actually a really good match. I was happy that they're tagging Ricochet and Cedric. I think that makes perfect sense for now.
Did you see Lance Storm's name for them? I thought that shit was cool.
Yeah.
One? I was like, what? That's
yeah.
dope.
And then I think someone wrote something, and I was like, I'm a 50-year-old white man. I don't get that reference.
That's funny. That's really funny.
But yeah.
Go ahead. Call him Air Force One.
Air Force One. I'm for that. That's cool. They should wear sneakers, Air Force One sneakers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you have Seth Rollins killing a local.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He had kids, man.
Body.
He had kids.
Poor guy.
I
I loved it though. How he came out, just didn't say nothing, just open. I loved it.
That's the way he had to do it. I think that was great for him to do.
Well, again, there were like a lot of questions about post WrestleMania fans asking, how do you feel about the Monday Night Messiah? And it was like, so many people like it. But I was just like, it looks like he's having so much fun.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? I like that better than anything. So.
Me too. Then we got the return of Nia Jax taking out Deonna Purrazzo with the Paige finisher.
True that.
She did Paige's finisher. She almost took out her neck.
But like, why you gotta kill her? Don't do that.
Right? I like Deonna. She just got a contract for the brand with Chelsea Green.
Oh, they're actually gonna do the tag team? Because they were talking about that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, she did it. She joined it after the ladder match. No, not after the ladder match. The 5-way match that they had 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good shit.
Yeah, we need more tag teams in the women's division. We got Humberto Carrillo versus Brendan Vick again. Brendan Vick has been showing up a lot. He's been on NXT, been on Raw, been on SmackDown. So good for him. Getting a lot of work. He's a Evolve person.
Okay, cool.
Humberto wins.
Yes, sir.
And then we got WWE Champion Drew McIntyre coming out, promoing, and then Big Show coming, interrupting.
Where's the Big Show?
And that led into a WWE Championship match.
See, only one man gets to come in there. He ain't show up for like 5 weeks. You like, who the hell? And he's like, don't worry about it. I'm the Big Show.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
It's like, oh, why you get a title shot? Because I'm the Big Show.
You know what's interesting though? God damn, Drew McIntyre is a tall boy.
Yeah.
He is not that short compared to Big Show.
Nah, because he's like 6'5", 6'6".
He's like 6'6", 6'7". He is up there. I know Big Show he's a little shorter because of age.
Yeah, he's 7 foot. He was 7'4" in his peak, and then he's 7 foot.
So,
lost 4 inches.
The big boy. So both big boys.
Yeah.
And a good match.
Yeah, really good match. I enjoyed it. Monday Night Raw, I'll give it A-.
I would too. Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained. I would
That
pretty much watch the entire show.
Yeah, it was a very fun show. The things they added to the show were perfectly fine because it did go with a lot of things that was going on in WrestleMania. They did talk about the Boneyard match. They did talk about a lot of that stuff. So I was fine with that. And the Boneyard match should get highlighted because that was a unique and special match.
You know what? They did it justice to the women's match. So, like, yeah,
Yeah.
they got two big matches for the brand because, I guess Charlotte's Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, now she's NXT.
True that.
Yeah. And then talking about NXT, that'll be the next show we'll be going through. We got our new number one contender for that NXT championship.
I said it. I was hoping to have
Io Shirai.
Right. Yep.
And now with the fact of what Candice LeRae did in the next match, I kind of wanted Candice to win.
Okay.
But this was a fantastic. I actually thought the ladder match was fucking crazy, especially doing a ladder match without people there.
This is true.
I think it hurts a lot more because you don't have that adrenaline of the crowd.
Well, I heard somebody ask Keith Lee about that, and that's pretty much what he was saying.
Yeah.
He clearly said, yeah, everything hurts more because
Yeah.
the crowd going is like, oh, yeah, I'm doing it for them. And
Yes.
I'm not really paying attention to that.
But I think every girl had a highlight in this match. I think everyone showed up and they
I
did
really
thing.
like Dakota Kai and Gonzalez in this match.
Raquel.
They really gave me Shawn Michaels and Diesel vibes
Yeah.
more than ever. Like, it was just, and it was so spot on. She is such I keep saying it, but she really is such a Disney villain.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
But,
And they both died. And Tegan Knox died.
yeah, R.I.P.
They all died. Yo, Tegan took a mean that fucking ladder sounded painful.
Yes, it did.
It was a wood ladder. They paint them to look silver.
I hope so. Shit.
It is a wood ladder. Yo, I heard the crack out. Are you okay? I think they highlighted everyone. I'm happy Io Shirai won. I'm actually looking forward to Charlotte versus Io Shirai. Maybe she has a short run with the title.
Maybe.
I would like to see Io Shirai win it. Then we had Indus Sher. Indus Sher.
Who's that?
Indus Sher, that new tag team that jumped
Oh yeah,
on.
the giant guys. Yeah.
Defeat Ever Rise, which they look like jobbers. Why do they have a name?
One of them's last name was Martel, and I was like, is he Rick Martel's son? I don't know. But the only thing I know was like they had personality, which was hilarious.
Yeah, and they had Quebecer pants.
One dude was screaming defense, which I was like, when his partner was getting beat up, and they mentioned that on commentary, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And then we end the night with Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in some random warehouse somewhere in Florida.
It's safe. It's safe. Only 2 men inside. It's 2 million cameras. It's okay.
I honestly, this is what I feel the last man standing match should have been.
I got these vibes too.
I feel like they showed enough emotion, enough of the rivalry, enough of the hatred towards each other and everything like that, and the emotion of them being friends and shit too, all in one, that it really showcased this match, and I loved it. I loved every moment of it.
I especially like the beginning though, when they started off in the ring, the way it was filmed,
Yeah,
and the way they were talking shit to each other. I was like, I like that, but that. I had to give credit. That's like some of the best parts of like Lucha Underground, when they would take the camera angles from like low and everything.
yeah.
I'm like, for the cinematic, like when a move hits, it just feels different.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, save that.
So the ending of the match was Candice LeRae kicking. Well, Candice LeRae comes in, gets mad at both of them, slaps Johnny, leaves, comes back, kicks Tommaso Ciampa in the ding. No, she kicks Gargano in the dick first. She leaves, comes back, and then kicks Tommaso Ciampa, and then Johnny Gargano takes the cup out.
And that's why
she didn't kick him in the ding though. She kicked him in the ass.
but that's why he had that picture at the end. It's a happy ending. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw. It was those two. It was hugging her, even though
Yeah.
he looked kind of beat up. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
It was good. It was a good ending. Good heel turn for Candice LeRae with her husband. And this match was fantastic. Like I honestly think this could have been a WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Honestly, if that Edge and Orton match wasn't there, this could have easily been that spot, and I think would have been
It
compared to the Firefly and the Boneyard match.
it felt like this was made for like a takeover or something.
It was supposed to be. This was supposed to be Takeover.
So, well, that's why I felt like that.
They called it Takeover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it felt big. So, yeah, good.
Really good stuff. I was really happy with it. Um, get to S.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I'll give the show an A+.
No, you know what?
Aside from the jobber matches, like,
Yeah,
that would be great.
I would give it a plus. Just the fact that I didn't care for the tag team.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Yeah, the ladder match was fantastic, and that match was fantastic though.
mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Then the promos in between, so we got good, all that stuff, good stuff. Um, Going into AEW, honestly I don't remember much of AEW. All I remember watch it because of Jericho's commentating,
Mm-hmm.
and also Matt Hardy challenges him to the ultimate uh, elite deletion.
Okay, so what's the they even giving a hint to what that's supposed to be?
There's going to be another ultimate deletion match that will take place in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that happened. Yeah, Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears. Then they with the newly announced TNT title that they just started a tournament for.
Okay. Cool. They show the belt?
Oh no,
Okay.
I hope it looks decent.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about the tag or the women's
It
title.
had the logo on it. That's what
Yeah,
I want. I want that type of shameless shit.
yeah, it's gonna have a TNT logo. It's called the TNT
Right on the
title.
front.
Yeah. So they had the first match with Shawn Spears and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes surprisingly wins. I'm not surprised. Um, yeah, it kind of. I was like, so what I'll do and change with Cody Rhodes is that I'll have him make it to the finals and lose.
So have they shown the brackets for it yet?
Not yet. They
Okay.
showing it I think fully next week.
Okay.
But I will have him lose. Like make it all the way to the end and then lose.
Okay.
Just so like it gets him so to a point that he's just so angry that he has not had a title yet in his own damn company.
Got you. Got you.
And have it irk him and have him irk him and then you finally see him go heel and find a way to get to the title.
All right. But who would you have win it?
I say Darby or Sammy.
Like who was his foil? His
I would say Darby or Sammy. I don't honestly MJF could be one too, but I would like to see a new person, new face. So Darby or Sammy.
Darby and Sam. Okay.
I think those are the two guys they're working on in that sense.
All right. I
So
can definitely see
I'll
that.
take one of those two. I wanted Shawn Spears, but he lost already.
Yeah. I get you. Me too.
Going to SmackDown. SmackDown was actually quite good as well.
That was a fun. Started off with a really fun match.
Yeah, we started off. We started off with Braun Strowman coming in and Shinsuke Nakamura challenging him for the Universal Championship. Then the first match we kicked off with was WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeat the Kabuki Warriors.
Again, I was just smiling from ear to ear during this match.
That was fun.
I love this from the beginning. I love how Alexa was mocking Oscar dancing down the ring,
Yeah,
and then Kairi Sane came down the ramp with an angry face.
yeah, it was a fun
I think she
match.
saw her,
Hmm.
so she was just pissed. I was like, Jesus Christ! I don't. Again, the reason I like them all in the ring is because they also are characters in addition to just being wrestlers.
Yeah,
So their personalities kind of bleed through in the matches. I love the Kyrie Sane like grabs your face and starts playing with your head all rough and shit like a
yeah.
kid toy. Like
And I think they have really good chemistry with each other. I think they all had long like
yeah,
matches with each other, so I feel like they have good chemistry.
mm-hmm.
Because Nikki Cross had probably one of the best Oscar matches in NXT
So
with that last woman standing match.
it still didn't settle as the score. That was what they did that, but they're both in on the same brand. So why haven't they had a chance to like? All
They
right,
don't even talk about that.
come here. I'm gonna mess you up for old times' sake. Like
I
that's one of the
wish,
things
I
that I
wish,
like about Bray Wyatt. But why
yeah,
does nobody else remember anything?
yeah. I wish they mentioned that. I wish they mentioned their last women's standing match being one of the matches of the year candidate matches.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree with that. Like,
And that put Nikki Cross on the map basically.
mm-hmm.
That was like at the height of her popularity because she was that's unfortunately the end of sanity and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
and she was the funnest part of Sanity.
yeah,
So,
R.I.P. Sanity.
oh man, we
I
missed
like
them.
Eric Young, but he's jabroni, so it's
Yeah, I like the group in general. It's just I think Nikki Cross was the character.
yeah, yeah.
She was the fucking
Well,
Tasmanian
see, I
devil.
liked his promos though, because I like
Yeah,
his
I did.
voice. I like his voice.
Yeah,
His old sailor sounding
yeah.
voice.
He sounds like he's like forcing a shit out when he
He
talks.
sounds like he was born with packs of cigarettes in his mouth. Yeah. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. Then we had Dolph Ziggler versus Tucker,
Okay.
and him showing Mandy and Otis hanging out,
Hmm.
which was
So
cool.
what's the deal with that? Because like, why is he pissed? Because he's rubbing it in his face now.
Well, they just don't want them together and shit. So Tucker just wants revenge from the last week when he fucked him when Dolph Ziggler tried to take him out.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
at least he had a reasoning wanting to fuck up Dolph Ziggler besides his buddy.
Okay. Okay.
Like, you fucking try to take me out, I want to take you out now.
This is true.
But he still lost. So.
You right.
And then I love this. I actually love this segment. The Miz and John Morrison dirt sheet. It was actually really fun.
It was really funny. It was really funny.
I guess they're going to go with the New Day and Usos still going for the tag titles and stuff like that. So I think next week, we got Biggie, Miz, and
Oh yeah.
Jay Uso fighting for the tag titles.
Wow. Okay.
Because seeing one half fought first, and then the second half is going to fight.
Wow. I appreciate that.
We got the debuting of the Forgotten Sons defeat Lucha House Party.
I liked whatchamacallit's outfit. The all black joint with the
Yeah.
gold. I forget his name, but I know.
Grand Metalik?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all right.
It was alright. It was a good match.
But it was all right.
I like the Alexa send love to Blake because that was one of her guys when Blake and Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool seeing that. Then Tamina made a play for Bailey's SmackDown Women's Championship, and then Bailey put Sasha Banks in a match with
Can I
Tamina.
just say, this is probably one of the best Tamina promos ever. She didn't really have to say much, but
No.
it at least felt more genuine than 99% of the stuff I've heard her ever say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to this now. That's all it took.
Hopefully it's a good match.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't mind. You know what? Give Tamina a title.
Yo, why Sasha look mass swole too?
Yeah.
She was flex. She was low key flexing standing there with all
She's
the
like, yeah, I've been working.
Yes.
Why is Sheamus killing people still?
Well, who was that guy? That poor innocent soul. They sacrificed to Sheamus.
Why do we need Sheamus enhanced matches? We know what the motherfucker could do.
Exactly. You're right.
He has not changed.
And they didn't even settle the score with him and Shorty G after they did that whole storyline between them. And
I think Shorty G is quarantined.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I hope not.
He hasn't been on the show, so he hasn't been on the show since when it was live. So
Because remember they said Andrade was, but turns out he was just injured. So
no, he was quarantined.
no, they said it on Monday.
They sent him up.
The injury of Andrade, he wasn't able to wrestle.
Well, that's
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff be coming out, but it's not true.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he's like that.
Or WWE lies on television.
Yeah, they do.
So that's the thing.
Well, they do because of the show, and they do it, and then you also have the news people, so you don't know which one is which until you actually hear it from the person themselves.
So that's the thing. Like,
But I saw Andrade and Charlotte working out together, so I was like, okay, so he's not that sick or injured.
But again, that's who's the not Cole, the guy that's with Byron. I forget his name. Tom Phillips. He made a point of saying that. So
Yeah.
that's like all right.
And then we got the main event, which was Braun Strowman versus Nakamura, which was an okay match. It wasn't.
Yeah, it
I think they
wasn't.
had better.
It just wasn't the best match of the night. It wasn't
Yeah.
that long either. It was
Yeah.
the greatest hits,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And then before that, Bray Wyatt made a shocking appearance and challenged Braun Strowman for the Universal title.
Well, that was after.
It was after the match, yeah.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, so he challenged him, but then I like how Braun kind of played with him at the end too.
Yeah.
It's like,
I like the promo. I like the fact that he had John Cena's pictures all over the place.
well, I mean, isn't that where he is now?
Yeah, he's part of the Firefly Funhouse. There should be a puppet.
Yes, there should.
It should be a Cena puppet. We need a Cena puppet.
No, it should be Big Meat John.
Big Meat John.
Yeah, that was his. That was his name. Remember?
Yes.
No, Johnny Large Meat. My bad.
Johnny Large Meat. We need a Johnny Large Meat doll.
Yes. With the fucking dumbbells on his arms too.
Yeah. He should come out with the pig and help him work out.
Yes. Yes, you should.
But we need John Cena needs a puppet.
Do it ASAP.
And have him stuck in that puppet. Yo, you could have him stuck as a puppet to like SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, if John Cena voiced a puppet, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then have him like. Well, I think it would be Bray Wyatt like mimicking John Cena.
No, it'd be great if you just had John Cena record some lines. He doesn't have to be there.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that.
Record some lines for the puppet, and that's it.
Like I feel like McMahon actually talks to the McMahon
I
puppet.
think so. At least at WrestleMania, I think that was.
Yeah, but I think what they should do with that is have Cena have a puppet. We don't know exactly what puppet, but have him have a puppet eventually in the Firefly Funhouse, and then little by little, you see him being back aware of things, and then you can have him settle a score down the road.
I mean, maybe he has to be an invisible man with like a floating headband and armbands because you can't see him. I
Maybe
think that's what it's supposed to symbolize, is that he's gone. We can't see him no more.
maybe the Wyatt Wyatt destroying him made him seen.
Oh no! Well, if the last thing is him disappearing, I'm just gonna assume he's just invisible from now on.
Yeah,
Until he comes out of the funhouse.
yeah.
So we'll see. But it'd be cool. Don't. You better you steal that idea, WWE. Steal it.
But yeah, I feel like he needs a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the promo. Bray Wyatt is genius for the promo, so.
Yep.
And it makes sense. He
Yeah,
was
of
one of
course.
his followers, so
Go back in the circle, clean up the business,
yeah.
get everybody.
I did catch 205. I was actually watching it while we were casting. Definitely check out Jack Gallagher versus Oni Lorcan.
I saw the pictures from that.
Really good match. Really good.
Okay.
Really, really good match. And then they had Tony Nese versus Danny Burch. That was actually a solid match as well. So, yeah, definitely a solid 205 live. Money in the Bank is right now is up in the air in general as in being an event, but they're still working. They're gonna still build these shows into Money in the Bank, so we're gonna see what happens with that.
They're still talking about it. That's what I found interesting this week on Raw.
But you also gotta realize these shows are pre-recorded.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just like, they could have scrubbed that out.
Like, say for instance, like they said, Money in the Bank is out. Like they already had these things ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The podcast we listen to, I haven't been able to listen to anything but the New Day Feel the Power podcast. But there's some good stuff that I do got to catch up on, like the After the Bell with Edge, Lillian Garcia with Damian Sandow, or Aaron Stevens, or Shooter Stevens. I miss NWA.
I do too.
Fuck.
I appreciate though that they have been showing some classic matches.
Okay, cool.
There's some stuff I didn't. I'm too young really for the classic NWA stuff.
It's
But
all on the network too.
is it still now?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were showing us like Andre stuff and like stuff from that time period. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
they have all that shit is on the network as well.
okay.
In the early days of WCW, which was transitioning into WCW to NWA into WCW, they started doing that as well.
Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff on there. But yeah, at least they're still showing stuff on their YouTube channel. But I do miss.
Oh, they're doing introductions to their wrestlers.
Cool.
They had Thunder Rosa watch her match, I think, a watch along with her.
Okay.
They had a watch along with Allison Kay, and they had a wash your hands video, some type of fitness video with what's the girl that doesn't talk? Camille?
Oh,
Yeah.
Camille, yeah.
And it was hilarious because she's a weirdo, so that's cool. So that was actually pretty funny. So they're doing little things on the channel, so
At
you check
least,
that.
at least they have that. I do miss them. I feel like I'm missing that. Out my week, I miss that more than AEW. AEW.
Me too.
So we have that. Yeah. So after the bell had Edge, Talks Jericho didn't have any wrestlers this week. You had Lillian Garcia with Dave Sam, Aaron Stevens, Shooter Stevens. You have the New Day podcast, pretty much was their WrestleMania highlights, which was great.
I forget that they brought it up, but that they hate that match at WrestleMania 32. I don't remember why. I
Oh,
saw it, but
because it was the Un-Americans or whatever they were called. With
yeah, okay. What ended
Rusev,
up?
Sheamus, and Del Rio,
Yeah.
and then you had Austin, Mick
Oh,
Foley, and Shawn Michaels come out.
oh, it was that match.
It was
Okay.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But they loved the entrance. They hated the match.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was that. And then they hosted. They didn't really had like Kofi had the WrestleMania model last year, but New Day in general hasn't had like that big WrestleMania moment besides hosting and then that entrance. That's all they have.
Okay. How many years have they been
Maybe
as
6 years.
a big part of? No, but I mean, they weren't big when they started. So
Yeah.
like, how many years in did they get big and like you would expect a New Day moment?
So I think their first WrestleMania they were on the kickoff, and that's when they won the tag titles.
Okay.
The second one was the Dragon Ball Z
Also,
Studios.
their second year together, they were already
Yeah, they were still heel. They were still heels at the time as well,
okay. Okay.
and they haven't transitioned them to faces yet.
Gotcha.
That's when they were starting getting cheered, though.
Well, I mean, who's not gonna get cheered if you said that was the one when they wore the Dragon Ball?
Yeah, but that's the beginning of the Bootios cereal and shit too. So that was like again they were still heels during that time.
Were they trying to get cheered? Is that what they were trying to do?
No, they were just being themselves, but they were getting cheered more than being booed at that time.
Gotcha.
That's when that was the transition of them finally going full babyface
Okay. Gotcha.
during that time. So yeah, New Day, yeah, I feel like they should have more Mania. As big as the tag team they are and the faction they are, I think they should have some more big spots. Well, I think this WrestleMania they actually had a really good match, but again, they didn't win, so it wasn't a big spot.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah. Other than that, that's all I got for wrestling.
Yes, sir.
I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yep. Yep.
This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Please listen to us every week. Sunday, we are live on YouTube. I'm Mark with the Mic on YouTube. Follow us on all our social medias and where you can get the podcast. It's Mark with the Mic with SoundCloud, Twitch TV, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, all Mark with the Mic. And then our Facebook pages, The Red Cyclone Inc. and The Wrestling Battle, which I always send the links to them so you can actually catch the podcast live as well.
Nice. Make sure you check out Red Cyclone anywhere and everywhere. That's YouTube and SoundCloud as well, where you can hear this podcast, as well as the It Gets Better I Swear podcast.
Yep.
And make sure you follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and WordPress. And there's also a Facebook group, and that's all Red Cyclone.
Yep. So, watch wrestling. Peace out. Yo, watch the network. Yo, network is free right now for a month, and they have over 10,000 hours of content.
And
10,000 hours. You cannot watch all of everything in a year. You need like several years to watch everything.
do you, in addition, also still get fresh NXTs and 205?
Yes, you do. Well, NXT I think shows on Friday.
But it's still like,
Yeah.
it's not like a Raw show that comes like a month or 2 months
No.
later.
It comes like 2 days later.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you'll get all that classic content and then constant new content. So
And
yeah,
NXT UK is exclusive to the
to
network,
the
so you get
network.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was a big thing on. Oh man, we forgot about
Oh
that.
yes,
Because
Jordan
that,
Devlin got stripped off the cruiserweight championship.
why? Because he can't travel.
Yeah, he's stuck in London.
Oh,
So
wow.
they got stripped. I liked how I liked how he handled it. As in
Oh, I didn't see
he
it.
bitched about it. He was like, "Oh, really? All right. So whoever this fake championship champion comes, I'm coming for them after."
Wow. Okay.
So I
Okay.
was happy with that. And they starting a cruiserweight tournament, which you're gonna get some good stuff. I have a feeling Swerve is gonna win it.
I would hope
He's my him or Jack Gallagher.
if the finals comes down to like Swerve and Humberto or Swerve. Is Humberto still
No,
there? Because he's in the intro, which is weird.
yeah. Well, he's
And then
not part
what's
of
call
205
there
no more.
too? Garza. They're in the
Garza's
intro.
not part of 205 anymore.
Gotcha. So, well, there goes my.
I can see
So,
Austin
what
Theory
about
unless they fully
what
made him
about
a Raw.
is he still count? Yeah.
If Austin Theory got drafted, if he's fully on Raw, then I could see him not. But if he's still doing NXT and stuff, I could see him part of the tournament. I
I
think
want
he's.
Breeze. I want Breeze to win.
I want Breeze to win too.
I want Breeze.
I have Breeze, Swerve, or Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, I want. No, I just thought about that. I forgot it's cross branding with NXT. I
Mm-hmm.
want Breeze to win.
Breeze, yes.
Yep.
Well, he's on 205 as well, so yeah, I'll take Breeze winning. He's been on a streak.
Do it.
Yes.
Well, he was in the last one. Remember, he was in that awesome triple threat.
Yes, he was.
Come on, Breeze.
Please, Breeze, give him his first title by himself. Yeah, he
Yeah.
hasn't won a title yet. Give him his first title.
Why not? Come on.
And so he could put like fuzzy shit on the belt.
All right. Or he just puts phones on the side. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can have Fandango come back and get mad that he won the title without him and fighting for the title.
Okay. I just have a dance off. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
That'll be the title match, a dance off.
Mm-hmm. Please.
And then Fandango will win, and then he'll lose to Jordan Devlin because he'd be angry.
Yes. Oh, that'd be great. Oh, see, we just wrote you a whole season. Come on, man.
All right. Peace out, ladies. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Wash your hands.
6 feet away from the Jinkies.
Put your mask on.
Yes. And make sure he washes his hand before he eats the sandwich.
Yes.
Peace out.